We are here with Dr. Bruce Fife, and we're talking about his book, The Coconut Oil Miracle, which is based on this book. It really was what it is, a miracle. Interesting enough, the soybeans that are raised and grown here in the United States, and I guess where the oil then comes from, is generated by Monsanto primarily. And it's genetically engineered as far as I understand. And it's also engineered to be something called Roundup Ready, which is they engineer it in a way that a pesticide, a very deadly pesticide they use that would generally kill everything alive, doesn't kill this particular soybean, which they did turn into oil. So I wonder the health benefits of that kind of oil in the first place.
I wonder about that too. I mean, if the plant is going to be resistant to these deadly poisons, they're going to be spraying lots of this poison on them. And when it's processed, just how much of these pesticides are going to remain in the oil once it's processed and on the store shelf?
And a company like Monsanto, from what little that I know about them, seems to be in control of the majority of the market, and the way they behave themselves with farmers that try to grow their crops organically I mean, it's tyrannical. It's really, really bad. So personally, I would never support an industry like that. I wouldn't give them a penny of my money. And it's great to know that there's an oil that I've been using for a number of years. And I'm going to take it up a few notches. I actually started buying coconuts, and you have some recipes in your book. And on Saturday, my daughter and I got together, and we made coconut oatmeal cookies. And we brought them to we had a little family gathering. They went like hotcakes. They went like coconut oatmeal cookies. They were fabulous.
Good. I love it. I use coconut oil in all my cooking. And if I don't get enough in my cooking, I'll eat it by the spoonful. And, you know, there's a lot of brands of coconut oil available. And if you get a good quality brand, taking it by the spoonful is almost like taking a spoonful of coconut cream. It's delicious.
It is when it's I found this great coconut oil. It's cold pressed. It comes from I don't remember where it comes from, but it's really good when it's melted. And you explain the different qualities and how to differentiate it by color and taste. And I think I got me some really good oil. I've been buying it for a while now.
Good. You know, a lot of the brands, they do vary in their quality, so you do have to look for them. And I suggest that you look for the best quality coconut oil is a virgin coconut oil. The virgin coconut oil means that it comes cold pressed from the coconut with minimal processing, without heat, and so it retains all the nutrients that nature put into it. Other types of oils would be the RBD, the refined, bleached, and deodorized oils that go through a much more stringent refining process. And those oils, you can still eat them, the coconut oils, but to me, I like the virginal coconut oil because they retain a little bit of their coconut flavor and aroma, while the RBD or the refined ones are pretty bland and tasteless.
Well, I think we can talk about the history of coconut oil. We can talk about the science behind it. We can talk about the health benefits. But there's a little section on page 98 of your book that I think that will speak very loudly to a lot of people. I'm just going to read it real quick here. Researchers at McGill University in Canada have found that if you replace all the oils in your diet that are made of long-chain triglycerides, such as soybean, canola, safflower, and the like, with an oil that contains MCTs, such as coconut oil, you can lose up to 36 pounds of excess fat a year. And this without changing anything else. I don't know if anything else speaks to the benefits of this oil like this right there.
You know, that is really amazing. You know, coconut oil is known as the world's only low-calorie fat. And it has this reputation primarily for three reasons. The first one is it literally has fewer calories than other fats. The second reason is that it satisfies hunger better than other foods and fats. So if you add in coconut oil into your meal, you become satisfied sooner so you don't overeat, and you will be satisfied longer between meals. So at the end of the day, you end up consuming fewer calories. And the third reason, and probably the most important, is that the coconut oil stimulates metabolism. So your metabolism is kicked up a higher notch. You're burning off calories at an accelerated rate. So again, you have fewer calories at the end of the day to be converted into body fat.
Now, Dr. Fife, what I wanted to ask you is, you put coconut oil in all your food, and one of the recipes in the book actually talks about creating a dressing for your salad. And I think I, like many other health-conscious people, have been prone to use olive oil for our dressings. Now, your thoughts on olive oil versus coconut oil?
Well, olive oil is a nice oil. I kind of think of olive oil as a fairly benign oil. It doesn't cause, a lot of problems that some of the other oils do. But it's not like coconut oil. Coconut oil isn't benign. It's a therapeutic, health-promoting oil that has many health benefits. You alluded to some earlier in the show about the anti-cancer, the anti-heart disease, blood sugar control, all these benefits that can come through eating the coconut oil. So in compared to olive oil, there's really no comparison. Coconut oil is vastly superior.
So you make your salad dressing out of coconut oil?
Well, here's an interesting characteristic about coconut oil. Coconut oil has, a relatively low melting point. So when you go in the store and you buy it, it may look like a solid white color. But when you bring it home and put it on your countertop on a hot day, it will melt and turn into a clear white or colorless color. It melts at 76 degrees. Now, because of that characteristic, when you pour the coconut oil onto a salad like you would with an olive oil, it would have a tendency to harden, to clump up, to bead up. And so what I prefer when I use coconut oil as a dressing is to perhaps mix a little bit in with olive oil and do it that way. Or I will use coconut milk, because coconut milk has a fairly high percentage of coconut oil in it. And coconut milk, you can use it like other dairy milk, and you can make creamy salad dressings, a Thousand Islands or a ranch-type dressing using coconut milk.
Coconut milk. All right. Very good. Well, Dr. Fife, I want to ask you, if we wanted to learn more about you, more about some of your work, more about coconut oil, your book, how do we go about doing that?
Well, one of the best things to do would be to go to my website, which is www.coconutresearchcenter.org, coconutresearchcenter.org. That's an educational website with a lot of articles, references, forums, and things that people can learn a lot about coconut.
And just to clarify, you don't actually sell coconut oil. You're not involved with any coconut company. You are just an independent researcher that finds this topic and product as exciting as it is.
That's exactly right. I don't sell any coconut products. I try to educate people about coconut.
Well, Dr. Fife, you've educated one person who was very grateful to you. That's me. And I appreciate your work very much, and I thank you for being a part of this program.
Well, thanks you for inviting me.
All the best to you, Doctor.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us. Feel good. God bless. Bye-bye.
The Naval Talks, each Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on Radio AM 1240, WGBB. To find a Naval Wellness Center near you, or for more information about the upcoming Nutrition, Aesthetics, Vitality, Efficacy, Life, Miracle University, it's navalexpo.com.